Dear students, myself Mr.P.P.Sutar, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, Gopal Krishna Gokhale College, Kolhapur. Now let us see the concepts in quality control, that is the QC. The QC has number of definitions. The first definition, of course, QC refers to the measures that must be included during each assay run to verify that the test is working properly. QA, that is quality assurance, is defined as the overall program that ensures that the final results reported by the laboratory are correct. The aim of QC is simply to ensure that the results generated by the test are correct. However, there may be some errors. Another definition, QA, also known as propensity testing, is a means to determine the quality of the result generated by the laboratory. QA is a challenge to the effectiveness of QA and QC programs. QA may be external or internal. Now the variables that affect the quality of the results, these are the condition of the specimen can affect the result. The controls used in the test runs, the reagents used for performing the test, the equipment used, the interpretation of the result may not be correct, which causes the wrong result. The transcription of result and the final is reporting of results, and these variables can affect the quality of result. Now, there are errors in the measurements. When there is a true value is calculated, this is an ideal concept which cannot be achieved. And therefore, accepted true values are calculated, that is the value approximating the true value, and that is the difference between two value is negligible, and therefore accepted true values are considered. The error is the discrepancy between the result of measurement and the true, that is our accepted true value. It is a difference, and that difference is called as an error. The sources of error, these are some sources of error. That is environment, the theory assumed, instrument used. The first is random error. It creates a characteristic spread of result for any test method and cannot be accounted for by applying corrections. These errors are difficult to eliminate, but repetition reduces the influence of these errors. For example, pipetting and changing the incubation period. These errors can be minimized by training, supervision, and adherence to the standard operating procedures. Next variety of error is systematic error. The systematic error creates a characteristic bias in the test results and can be accounted for applying the correction. The systematic error may be induced by factors such as variation in incubation temperature, blockages of plates, washers, change in the reagent batch, or modification in the testing methods. QA, that is quality assurance, is a way of preventing mistakes and defects in manufactured products and avoiding problems when delivering the products or services to the customer. Now here, the quality assurance results in the improvement of service, satisfaction of the customer, good business, maintenance good standard, and the assurance of guarantee. And thus, these concepts in quality control must be maintained in the every process. Now next, what is the ISO? It is International Organization for Standardization. From 1987 to 2015, fifth versions of ISO have been developed. In 1987, the first version of ISO 9000 series was developed. In 1994, the second version, while in 2000, the third version of ISO 9000 series was. In 2005, the fourth version of ISO 9000 series, and it was ISO 9000 2005. In 2008, the fourth version of ISO 9001 series, and it was named as ISO 9001 to 2008. In 2009, again the fourth version of ISO 9004, and it was named as ISO 9004 2009. In 2015, the fifth version of ISO 9001, and it was 9001 to 2000, that is 2015. The fifth version of ISO 9000 was also observed in 2015. Now ISO 9000 family of quality management system is a set of standards that helps organization to ensure they meet the customer and other stakeholders' needs within statutory and regulatory requirements related to product or services. Now the ISO 9000 was about quality management. Of course, quality is a critical to remaining competitive in any industry. ISO 9000 family is the quality management standard, and it comprises of some ISO's best known standards. There are over 1 million organizations in over 170 countries that are certified to ISO 9001. Second, ISO 27000, and it was of information security management system. It ensures the safety of information assets, and this and help the organization manage the security of assets such that intellectual properties, financial and employee data, and information held in trust for third parties. Third, ISO 14000, which is related with environmental management. This is the family of standards that provides the necessary tools and guidelines for companies to manage their environment responsibilities. ISO 14001 and all other standards in this category lay emphasis on environment systems. These standards use the tools such as audits, communications, life cycle analysis, and environmental challenges. And this standardization can be used by any organization regardless of the industry. More than 3 lakh certifications have been issued in 171 countries. The fourth series of ISO 31000, which deals with the risk management. Now today's business world is riddled with uncertainty. Risk facing companies have a direct impact on the economic performance, reputation, as well as safety and environment outcomes. And this cannot be used for certification purpose, but it provides a framework for managing risk. It offers guidelines to organizations for internal and external audit programs and enables organizations to achieve the objectives in an earth-centered environment by facilitating the identification of opportunities and threats. Organizations are able to benchmark with internationally recognized practices for effective management and cooperative governance. Next series is ISO 50001, which is related with energy management, that is the save of energy. It provides the guidelines for companies in implementing an energy management system that aims at improving efficiency in the use of energy. And this aims to reduce an organization's energy footprint by minimizing greenhouse gases emissions. It is not obligatory, and many organizations implement it solely to comply with stakeholders' expectations. Over 20,000 certifications have been issued for this standard within 69% increase from year 2015. The sixth series of ISO is ISO 26000 2010, which is related to social responsibility. Now, the organization cannot be certified by this ISO series. The standards provided guide how organization can embrace social responsibility. It clarifies what social responsibility entails for organization to lay a framework for effective action. The seventh series is ISO 28000 2007. The specification for security management systems for the supply chain. This standard stipulates the requirement for security management system in respect to supply chain. It is applicable to all types of organization and provides guidelines on all activities controlled by companies that affect supply chain security. It is crucial in the management of supply chains in manufacturing, services, storage, and transportation. And so far, there are 356 certifications. The next ISO series is ISO 37001 2016, which is related with anti-bribery management system. Bribery is a means in today's business world. The standard stipulates the requirements and provides guidelines in establishing, implementing, and continuous improvement of anti-bribery management system. It can be standalone system or can be implemented into the overall management system. This standard is applicable to all types of organization with respect to bribery and helps prevent, detect and response to bribery and comply with anti-bribery laws. The next series is ISO 45001, which is related with occupational health and safety. Occupational injuries and diseases impact the economy negatively due to the poor health, early retirement, and high insurance premiums. To manage this problem, this series was developed that has replaced or taken into the account internal standards like OSSA 18001 and ILOSH guidelines. It provides a framework for employee safety, reducing workplace hazards, and provides safer working environment. The 10th series is ISO 22000, which is related with food management system. And this standard facilitates the development and implementation of food safety management system. It incorporates a wide array of standards including 22002 for food manufacturing and 22001 for food and drink. This standardization is widely used for food manufacturers, restaurants, and food transportation services. So far, more than 30,000 certifications have been issued. The last point of the topic is good laboratory practice, shortly GLP. It is a set of principles intended to assure the quality and integrity of non-clinical laboratory studies that are intended to support research or marketing permits for products regulated by government agencies. Now, these are some elements of good laboratory practices. The first one is certification of lab facilities, certification of reagent and materials, accountability, statistical procedures, validation of instrumentation, maintenance of documentation and its record maintained, QA, specimen and sample tracking, and certification of analysis. A quality system of management controls for research lab and organization, and therefore these practices must be performed in every laboratory. With this, I conclude my lecture. Thank you.